Everything I motherfucking love, bitch. Ooh, hey guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. Let's bring in the candle for the ambiance. I'll do some, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna show the name just because this candle don't smack when it comes to smell. But it really is calming and it burns very slowly, but I don't like how it doesn't burn like the outer layers. So what I learned makes a good candle burning evenly. Okay. I feel like the wax should like evaporate faster. This wax seems to be thick. So maybe like a looser something. I think beeswax would be like a good candle to make. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to test out the candle. What the theory of what makes a good candle, so I can make my own candles. Cause I'm literally tired of going to the store and buying shit. Cause I'm literally just like I can make all of this all the time, have an unlimited supply of it, and also make money off of it. Like it's a no-brainer. Like it's a no-brainer at this point. Life is simple. Humans make it hard. Let's minimize the vibes. It's so hot in here. It was literally just cold. It's like 3 something in the morning, y'all. I'm wide ass awake. I don't know. I'm just awake. Maybe I'll be sleepy after I get this message out, but I'm also about to eat because I've been eating so much, y'all. But like honestly, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing, especially when you lose a bunch of weight. I lost a lot of fucking weight. Okay, we got Hearth, Vista, Mystery. I don't know, these cards are in reverse. Vision. I think I'm going to lay this on right here. Past, South Node, Pisces, Sensitize. Right, so I think we're coming back into retrograde. All right, so the illusion of things moving backwards, which is in reality triggers occurring in the present moment that activate memories from the past that are also associated with feelings, which could make you feel like you're reliving the past. But like it's the illusion that it's moving backwards when it's really just slowing down. So for me, the retrograde periods are a time to pause and reflect. Okay. And the Hearth did come out reversed as well as Mystery. So this is giving me how the things that you've kept to yourself from your childhood have affected you internally, which has formulated your relationship with passion, how you express it, okay? Your relationship with finances and money, materialism, how people treated you based on what you had and what you didn't have kind of energy, um, and how these things have accumulated to you now feeling the way that you do about how you show up for yourself in scenarios that aren't so secretive, okay? And I feel like this is going to be the reoccurring energy until we get through this timeline. Well, until everybody catches up to almost, it's kind of like the same timeline, but it's not. But we'll all be on one accord eventually. Um, so this is like, uh, I don't know, maybe your perception, maybe you're getting more sensitive when it comes to your perception on these things that have contributed to the way that you view things in your present moment. And I feel like a lot of freedom, right? Like, freedom is essential, very necessary, um, for the human experience. I mean, what the fuck? Like, let's be real. Like, was I born to be a slave or was I born to be free? And I feel like the mind builds constraints on certain ideas once it's formulated to be a certain type of way. And I think I'm a huge advocate for, it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it, and it's about the intention behind it, okay? And I feel like when we truly live for ourselves, everything else is non-negotiable. And especially if we are aware of the fact that we live for ourselves, but as we live for ourselves, we are a representation of the divine, okay? So whatever you and your God agree to, that's the fucking understanding that you have, okay? So I keep hearing artwork like masterpiece, like, and this is why I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to like sexual trauma, have such like expressive, um, like creative styles when it comes to maybe like their dressing or the types of art that they do. Like, the more taboo esque area of life is because, a lot of things have been deemed to be a certain type of way, but only few people can speak from that perspective if they've experienced it. Just like with spirituality, people who are clairvoyant can speak to that, people who are telepathic can speak to that. It's an evolutionary state when it comes to consciousness. So I think the I think the emphasis is on the feeling, how something feels versus how it looks. And I feel like this is the forever conversation. How does it feel? Not how does it look? Okay? If a blind person heard my voice and only focused on what I was saying and how I was speaking and did not see how I looked, I would trust that person's feedback more than I would trust somebody who could physically see me. And maybe that's because I've always been judged off of my physical appearance, okay? But that people have to understand that when it comes to trauma, you find your space of comfort within that, and you work into it and you work out of it. And it's a forever evolving cycle that there are points to it. There are just points to it. Everything has a point um, before it finally becomes what it truly is. And I'm looking at this hearth in the upright, right? With the mystery in reverse, the eighth house. I see like somebody going within themselves and working out their relationship with these taboo topics and these things that are hidden, because a lot of things are being normalized now because it's not a secret. We don't have to pretend like, this shit doesn't exist or this shit doesn't go on. Okay, and I feel like if people could be aware of what the fuck life truly is and how people actually go through it and how some people have to go through a certain different type of life, people will have less of a tongue to judge and more of a tongue to be of assistance when it comes to teaching value and playing a supportive role while also encouraging. Okay? Oh fuck, I'm making food. Sorry, hold on. So, this video cut out. I don't know what part it cut out at, but I'm gonna pick up back at Vision and South Node Pass. So, I feel like you are this sensitivity that you're building with all the things that you've hidden deep down within yourself about, your childhood and how you grew up. I feel like a lot of us maybe not, because you can love your parents so much that you don't reflect on how they negatively contributed to your life. And I feel like the spiritual journey is essentially the expansion of the mind not really having any constraints on it when it comes to existing in this realm. Especially like as divine beings, like people get like I love people, like I love people in general, but I really appreciate the people who deal with life as themselves and not as other individuals or as other energies, okay? Um and this is like I don't know, how can I say this, y'all? I don't know. Um fuck. Okay, so how you grew up, like you could love your parents so much to the point to it. Okay, right. The spiritual journey and how it's really meant to release the constructs of the mind. Once your mind has no constraints, you can really dream, think of anything, okay? And I feel like we're in an era where redefining or even just defining things in general is the trending like topic right now. It's the topic of conversation. Why? Because everybody needs some shit to be everybody needs some shit to be reconstructed, okay, in their life. And I feel like that is why you go through so many lessons in life when it comes to once you tap in spiritually, because what you know is being tested and it's being challenged. And it's like every test and challenge comes with an upgrade. Um, and some parts of it may not be as significant as other parts of it. And sometimes I feel like those parts that we feel are insignificant can be the things that we are hiding underneath the surface. Um, and sometimes we can not even be aware of what we're hiding underneath the surface or even have the idea of like, wow, like I think like that, like ew, I don't like that I think like that. Like I would like to be able to expand my mind further than what it has mentally constructed so far. And for a lot of people, you know, like the older generation, like being set in their ways or whatever, or just like more traditional people being set in their ways. And like, to me, as I'm watching life all happen at once, I feel like the one thing that I've been learning thus far is to be free and true in whatever it is that you, whatever it is that you are, whoever it is that you are, remain true in that, um and allow that to be the driving point of your evolution. Okay, so Venus keeps coming out. I wonder if something going on with Venus right now, because that card keeps coming out. So clarify. We got Venus in reverse. So I do feel like Venus is also speaking to mother energy. Okay, so this is definitely giving me like reviewing your relationship with your parents, but in particular with your mother. Okay, because when it comes to, and I know everybody's like talking about like twin flame and like yans and like, yeah, like it's lit, right? And you, on that journey, you reflect on how your relationship with your parents has formulated your relationship with the opposite sex. And I think a lot of people have to realize like nobody's, I think the people do realize that, but nobody's gonna be like, I don't know, like you shouldn't be looking for your parent. I don't know how to say this. Um, because of the times and everything being different in this day and age that we live in, you can't expect someone to hold the same standards as someone from a different time period did. So sometimes you can, um, like if a woman was to reference, you know, well, my dad worked two, three jobs to provide and give my mom what she wanted, blah, 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 and I'm spoiled and this and that. And then you're dating someone who is a entrepreneur, like in the beginning of their career, like struggling kind of thing. So, like, budgeting is a thing, bitch. Like, like I gotta save money too. Like, I can't just splurge. Like, I got a whole empire to build without the loans. Fuck is you saying? And to some people, that could be like, well, I need you to do more for me, blah 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 blah. Or to the other person, it could be like, wow, in this day and age that we live in, I admire your ability to not conform and just, you know, easily go do something that you would hate doing. Like I love that you put effort and energy into creating a life that you truly want for yourself, because it's not about the money. It's about you doing something that you're happy doing so that you always have a sense of peace within yourself. There are multiple types of different people in the world, and I feel like ultimately, overall, I feel like understanding and acceptance are two things that I feel like trigger the fuck out of people, because they are traumatized by certain things that they've went through, which is why God usually will bring back a energy of a person, but it'd be a completely different type of person. um and that constant trigger is because there's a lesson there that is for you to learn, but you can't learn it because you're not allowing your mind the capacity to understand something in a new light. And that is what evolution is. You know, as we evolve, as the planet changes, you know, climate change and everything like that is going to change how animals act, how animals interact with us, is going to change a lot of things about nature in general. Okay, and this is why you keep finding new species or just animals doing new types of shit, like fucking a bear opening your fucking door and then closing it, like acquainting itself with you in a manner that extends the community, the acceptance in the community. Like that shit is dope as fuck to me. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Let's pull some more cards. Let's see who's going in. So that's what I feel like this time and this energy is really about right now. Okay, I think it's calling for you to take a second look at certain things. Okay, especially in relation to clarify. Okay, Venus beloved. This is also clarifying your feminine energy. I feel like there's a need for right now with this retrograde. Okay, I do feel like this retrograde is going to trigger a evolution when it comes to feeling, even that nurturing. I feel like the people, it's more about being nurtured than it is about sexual encounter. And there could be a lot of people who've learned that sexual encounters are the idea of someone nurturing you, and that is not the case. And I say that because with the mystery card, it does speak of taboo sex things that go on with family dynamics. So when you think of trauma, okay, when you think of a mother who inappropriately has conversation or contact with her son or her daughter for that matter, shit, um, you begin to see that the reason this individual acts out sexually is because of what they've been shown by their parent, okay? And this could be something as simple as being told that you are pretty and you are cute all the time, so much so that you focus only on that aspect of yourself and nothing else because nobody ever told you you were good at anything else, right? Right. So this is, even when it comes to cousins or friends or family, this is speaking to all energies involved in any close knit community dynamic. Um, Learning that you may not have been touched, you may have been uh, very well cared for and very well taken care of, okay, by your parent, in a sense of actually being nurtured, to struggling to find a partner that nurtures you the way that it reminds you how your parents nurture you. And maybe this is because you've been receiving that nourishment for so long that now you need to go within and internalize what it is that you need to do for yourself for you to feel nurtured. And this is connecting more to your feminine energy, and that can be hard for some masculines who are masculine dominant in their chart. But if we're all the signs, then we all got femininity inside of us, right? You just have to find out what yours is, what that definition of this Venus energy, whatever aspect it is in your chart, look that up and get in tune with that, because this retrograde is definitely going to be triggering a lot of that energy. Okay, journey. Yeah, I feel like this is a spiritual journey that the divine wants you to take at this time to help you activate a healthy relationship with what you are passionate about within yourself. Because it's not really about what we do, it's about how we do it, the intention behind what we're doing. Okay? You will always be guided through the things that are meant to maybe just be for a season and be a lesson. Um, right? Fear not. The journey of self, the journey of reprogramming what no longer fits the narrative of what your new life looks like under the circumstances in which you exist under now, not the past. And that's why the past is going to be drudged up within you to reflect on where you want to go now. How do you want to move forward and show up in the future? Okay? And I really have to fart right now, and I'm like trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to make this serious. Like, if I shuffle the cards, maybe it won't happen. Oh, I talked myself out of it. I got nervous. Okay, good job. But yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. This is just this is about it's inner healing, it's inner growth. Like, times have changed for a reason. Times have changed to get us out of these mental constructs, okay? The moment we stop defining things is the moment we release control. The need to always define something that truly does not need to be defined is you trying to control the narrative so that you can make it make sense in your brain. So much so that you may not even, because, like, don't get me wrong, yeah, some people are fucking horrible and they're just shitty people, right? But a person who operates out of love, kindness, caring, compassion is going to understand that not every person, maybe you've been talked to by the wrong people. Maybe you have been around the wrong energies to for you to hear something to where it may resonate with you. So I'm going to take my time and my patience with you to be that ear to hopefully maybe give you something that it will turn into gems for you. I feel like when people come up with the lost cause narrative, that's when you throw in the towel on people. That's when you turn your back and there is no compassion. And at some point in your life, you needed that same amount of compassion. You needed somebody who was you. That's why you grew up to be you, to be that you for other people. And it's not about being hateful. I don't know. I just found that, baby, I'm blunt, okay? But I know how to, like, cushion the blow to also make sure, like, I'm not just going to treat your life. I'm going to give you constructive criticism so that you can propel forward with these words that I'm about to spew to you. Otherwise, I mean, you can go back to hell where you came from. Whatever one works for me, as long as I feel like I've served my God by being the intellectual being that I am, then that's what it's about. And sometimes God will bring certain situations in your life to see how you showing up today. And right now, how I feel, I don't know, balanced is what I will say. So you're gonna have to go within. Ooh, caught it, bitch. Yes. Go within. Yeah, Two of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles is a mother nurturing energy, which is what we just talked about. Rabbit. So you could be building a project. This could be you nurturing your physical passions, the things that you put your energy, time, and emotion into to create a living for yourself. Okay, this could be you choosing between a passion. This could be you choosing between, how you want to display this passion, how you want to show up as this individual. Okay, this is judgment. But the divine is giving you judgment in the form of an Ace of Wands. So I do see that whatever work that you internally do on yourself right now is going to fuel you to do something that I think is going to be more nurturing for you and your Venus energy, okay? Because we can't pretend like we don't have human vessels, because we do. And a part of sustaining and feeding the spirit, it sometimes also comes with sustaining and feeding the vessel as well. Like, we were put into human bodies to enjoy the experience as the human, but also to conquer the human experience by expanding our mind. And I think that freedom is essentially the point. Once we're all healthy and mentally, spiritually back aligned with where we are, a lot of things that were more acceptable and normal back then are going to become that way in the future, because people will have had gotten their head out of their ass and stopped defining and labeling things in a way that the masses wants you to define and label them, so that when they show you these things, that's the only image that you see. You see nothing but what it is that they're telling you to see, because that's what society is instilling in your head, instead of you going within and using your feeling and intuition to define what the fuck it is that you are consuming. Okay, that's what I got for this reading. I'm gonna end it here. I love y'all, and stay blessed, stay prayed up, because baby, it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. Good night, y'all.